Hey there, good looking. Join me for this, a quick strength workout that's going to hit all of the muscles in the body. Listen, we're going to be focusing on building your strength as well as bone and your confidence. Listen, all you need are a couple of pairs of dumbbells for this workout. I recommend a pair of light and heavy. For reference, I have 8s and 20s. And then we're also going to be doing a push-up in the workout. So if push-ups aren't your jam, then have a chair or a bench nearby so we can build the ground up to make that exercise more manageable for you. All right, let's go get warmed up. All right, before we get started, if you like to track your fitness using your watch, press start now. For reference, I chose the strength setting in my Apple Watch. All right, let's start by warming up into the upper back and shoulder area. Hip hinge, hands underneath the chest, left arm reaches up, looks up, then that right arm. Alternate, trying to get those fingertips up to the ceiling while we have that nice neutral spine and that hip hinge. So we have 7 exercises. Nope, my mistake. We have 6 exercises, 2 rounds. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I'm like, nope, that's wrong. But anyways, 2 rounds at 40 seconds of work. We are focusing on the same muscle group for 2 exercises in a row, and then we move on to a new muscle group. So we'll start with our push muscles, move to our pull muscles, and then to our legs. 1 more each side. Excellent. All right, feet wider, then the shoulders. Give me a squat, reach the arms forward. When we squat, we're pushing the hips rear like we're trying to sit in a chair. Reach the arms forward, but not rounding that upper back. So let's keep the chest lifted and gaze up. Knees are tracking with the second toe. You noticed I'm in my bare feet. I forgot to mention that in the intro. So if you're just starting out and training in your bare feet, this is a good workout to start with. So push pause. One of the benefits, well, there are many benefits of working with in your bare feet, but as we age, our muscles of our feet do atrophy, they do weaken. So barefoot training is one way to strengthen them. 2 more here. Last one. Excellent. All right, keep your feet here, hands on the temples, elbows pulled back. Let's do a hip hinge with a bent knee. Working into our hamstrings and glutes here and learning how to do the hip hinge. Hip hinge is a really important tool, especially for those of you that have back issues or osteoporosis or spinal stenosis. We need to keep the spine neutral so there is the least amount of stress to it. Great way to practice this is in front of a mirror, right? So you can see your spine. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Big arm circles for me. Let's go backwards and really exaggerate your range of motion. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Now forward and back. And when we're forward, it's a different arm on top. So here we're opening up the chest. Here we're opening up the upper back. Once again, my knees are soft. My core is engaged. So that means that I'm going to pretend someone's coming to sucker punch me and I'm bracing for that impact. So I've got a bracing motion with my abs. I'm not sucking them in. They're braced. Huge difference. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get into a heel lift and lower. Beautiful. Working the lower leg now, which is super important for our balance. And it feels even better when we're in bare feet on this one. So please, I urge you to give it a try. You've got that option right at home. You can just push pause. Yeah, don't miss a thing. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I want you to sink down. Now, if push-ups aren't your jam, get yourself set up with your chair. Mini-me is going to be doing it with a chair, and she's also doubled up her mat, she being me, to protect the knees. But for those of you that are doing the push-up off the ground, we're doing a hands release push-up, so it's a little bit more friendly than a regular push-up. So let's start in a modified position. Hands are just a tad wider than shoulders. As we lower all the way down, chest to ground, our elbows are going to track more to the back of the mat than flaring out to the sides. So let's screw the hands into the ground and lower down. Body is one unit. Now lift the hands up and press yourself back up. So this would be where I would say beginners would stay at. My intermediate advanced, tuck the toes, lift up into plank. Lift the hands up, screw them into the ground, press up. Trying to really press up as one solid unit. When the timer goes, we grab our heavy dumbbells for a chest press. Last 2. One more. All right. Heavy dumbbells. Rest them on your thighs for me with your knees bent. And then just simply rock back. Slide your elbows slightly in front of the shoulders. Wrists straight, knuckles to ceiling. Give me a regular chest press here. Lower down. Now slide the elbows in and give me a narrow. So narrow, wide. Still working our push muscles. So same muscles we just did in our push-ups. Woo. Next grouping, we'll work our pull muscles, our back muscles and biceps. For today's workout, we just have 2 rounds, so we can go for broke right out of the gate. Excellent. Let's roll ourselves up into a stand position. Remembering that hip hinge that we learned in warm up, we're going to take it into a hip hinge and then rotate the palms away. Feet hip width, hip hinge, palms away, and then as we pull up, we're going to rotate the palms so they're facing the body. We want to keep ourselves forward here so gravity's coming down on the back. Now we do have heavy load, so I want you to brace those abs. Again, the easiest way I find many pick it up, including myself, is to pretend someone's going to sucker punch you. You can also do a cough and then hold that bracing motion. Breathe out. 2 more. Last one. Root to stand. All right, let's grab the lights, still hitting the same muscles. Now a reverse fly. So we need to do a hip hinge again. Sorry, we need to manipulate gravity when we're working our back muscles with dumbbells. So let's hinge, palms facing each other now, elbows slightly bent, and I want you to come back almost like a letter V. As we lift, we draw the shoulder blades together. Focus more here is upper back, rear delt. Nice and slow and controlled. Still have that ab bracing and that neutral spine. After this, we'll move on to legs. But it kind of feels like legs are working now too, don't they? They certainly are. Last one. Root to stand. All right, grab those heavies again. Remember to please bend your knees to get your dumbbells, not your back. Nice and tall in the spine. Brace those abs, feet shoulder width. Step back with your right leg, cross it over for a curtsy lunge, and then your other leg. So a curtsy lunge tends to be easier on knees for people, but play around with the depth on your end, or if a curtsy just doesn't work for you, do a regular step back lunge. But the curtsy does hit a little bit more glute, and then we're going to head down to the ground and do a more glute specific exercise. Last 2. One more. Woo. All right, now you can have 1 or 2 dumbbells, up to you, but make sure they're heavy. I want the left foot in, left foot in, right foot out, heel up. So it's a staggered stance, bridge. Now, I'm trying to put everything I can in the left leg, holding onto my dumbbells. Some people like to have a dumbbell off of each edge of their hips. I find just stacking them and holding them easiest for me. But But I'm trying to place all of, as much as I can, like 80% of my work is in this left leg, feeling it in the hamstring and glute. When we do the second round, we'll do the right side. So this is our last exercise of the circuit. Woo. All right. So push up. All right. Using chair or bench if you want to follow mini-me or with me here. Now we've got that option. First, let's get the hands a little wider than shoulders and then screw them into the ground. Fingers wide, grip the mat with your fingertips. From the knees, lower down, body is one unit. Lift the hands, press up, body is one unit. Or from the toes. Gaze at the top of the mat. Keep that neck in line with the spine. Breathe out as we press up. Doing a push-up is also going to help build the bone in the wrists. Bone building is site-specific. And if you don't really care about your bones, you will once you are postmenopausal. We lose our bone density and quality of bone because of the lack of estrogen we're producing after menopause. So weight-bearing and impact activities time become really important for our workouts to keep those bones strong. Heavy dumbbell in each hand. Rest them on your thighs. Bring yourself right back. Slide the elbows so they're slightly in front of the shoulders. Wrists straight, knuckles to the ceiling. Give me a wide press first. So here we go. Press up, breathe out. Lower down. Slide the elbows in. Now a narrow. This one's pretty brutal right after a push-up, isn't it? I know, that wasn't very nice of me. Ugh, my apologies. Hopefully you like me again after this exercise. Uh-oh, here comes trouble. Time. All right, come into a stand position. Hello, trouble. This is Max. All right, heavy dumbbell in each hand. We've got those rotating rows. Max, leave Bella alone. Lie down. Lie down. That's a good boy. All right, so we want to hip hinge and ab brace. Palms facing away and then rotate up. Good boy. He's trouble, this one. Capital T. I've stopped buying him toys because he's a master at destroying them. Last toy I bought, it took him less than 20 minutes to destroy it. And it was supposed to be an indestructible toy. Non-destructible? Indestructible. There we go, PJ. You knew what I meant. Anyways, we don't do that anymore, do we, Max? Root to stand. All right, reverse fly. So now we want a lighter weight. These are smaller muscles that we're hitting, and our biceps aren't assisting. So that's why we drop down on the weight. Whew. It's gonna get the heart rate up too, isn't it? Yep. All right, let's hip hinge. Brace those abs, palms facing, slight bend of the elbows, and then fly back. My hands are going slightly behind me. As I come up, I'm trying to make that conscious effort of drawing the shoulder blades together. Bye, Max. God love puppies. Zero attention span. He's lost interest of us. Moved on. Moved on to somebody else to bug. We have 3 dogs. I thought, how hard can 3 dogs be? Turns out it's kind of hard. Our lives just revolve around dogs, which isn't that bad, right? But it's a lot of walks because they're all on different walk schedules. Yeah, it's a lot. Here we go. Curtsy lunge, but we wouldn't trade it for the world. Here we go. Alternating, 3, 2, 1, take it back. They're on separate walks because my oldest, Bella, she just can't walk that far. And then George still hasn't really warmed up to Max. He did for like 4 weeks, and now he just... So we like to take George on his own. Separate them, and then Max on his own. Oh, here he is. You're back. Hi. You gonna lie down? Leave Bella alone. Max. Sorry, at home. He's not allowed to bug Bella. Good boy. All right, we got a B stance. Bridge. Right foot now. Close to the hip. Left foot out. Whoop, hi. Nope, don't. I'm working, man. Jeez. All right. Right heel close to the bum. Drive those hips up. 80% of the work in that right leg. Max, no. You are crazy right now. Yes, you are. Push those hips up. Last exercise. Come on at home. Woo! All right, dumbbells down. Great job, you. Listen, I wanted to respect your time and give you a short strength workout, so we'll just do a couple of quick stretches. If you have time to do more, please find a stretch video. Remember, on the app, if you're viewing this workout ads free on Over 50 Fitness, you can find our stretching mobility playlist, time playlist, instructor playlist, or yoga if you want to try some yoga. Let's get one leg out. Hinge forward. Now, if your spine is okay with some flexion, let's add some flexion. So for those of you with osteoporosis, I want you to keep that neutral spine. Good. Good boy. This is just going to give the back a bit of a stretch in the hamstrings. This dog kills me. You do. You kill me, man. Other side. Here we go. Forward. And back up. Have a seat, or if you're comfortable on your heels, we'll also get a bit of a quad stretch, but that might not work for you, so find a sitting position that works for you. Interlace the hands, bring them behind the head, pull the elbows back, lift the chest and gaze up to the ceiling, opening the front of the body. And release. All right, Max and I, thank you very much for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you next workout. Bye.